Hi guys, I'm back for another monthly favourites, and this month it was March. And we just got back from Disneyland, so a few of these things I can tell you are favourites because I loved them so much I took them on holiday with me, and a few of the things are just things that I've really enjoyed this month. The first one I'm going to start with is actually the newest thing to me. I actually got this because I forgot to take my mascara with me, and I picked it up from Boots at the station, and it is the Photo Ready 3D Volume from Revlon, the mascara. I absolutely love this. This is so good, and mascara is not an easy thing for me to find and love. And it's something to do with the brush. It's always the brush that's kind of makes it hit or miss for me, and this brush is amazing. I'll put it over there so you can see it a little bit better, and it's got the spikiness, it's even got the spikes on the end, the same as the Dior, I want to say, and the Benefit They're Real. This is just everything about it I really like. It separates, it lengthens, doesn't clump, and it just gives me a lot of volume without it looking kind of rubbishy, which normally it does. Normally I get a lot of volume, it weighs my lashes down, they go straight and everything's horrible. But I really like this one, so I definitely recommend that. Another relatively new addition is this, and it's Tarte blush from the Tarte Fearless, from the Tarte blush range, which you can now get from QVC, and I actually got this at the QVC launch. And I previously had one from New York. Which one was it called? It's the kind of brownie colour that everybody likes. It'll come to me. The one that you can use as a contour. I really liked that one, but I wasn't sure about the pinky colours. They all seemed a little bit too blue toned or too orange toned. There was no kind of true pink, and this is a really nice kind of blushing pink colour. It's just a very natural pink. I really like this one. I've used this a lot this month, and these are actually quite expensive. I think they're a lot cheaper in the US. I think they've pretty much switched it from dollars to pounds rather than the actual exchange rate. If you look at the whole collection of QVC makeup from Tarte, or Tarte makeup on QVC, it's a little bit off. Most of the products seem really well priced, given the prices that they are in dollars, but the blushes, it seems like they've really hyped them up because they know that we're interested in those most of all, and they're kind of taking advantage of that. I'm really hoping that that's not the case when they move out into other retailers, and maybe they're just kind of trying their luck a little bit, but they're like 22 or 24 pounds or something crazy, which I think is a little bit mad for a blush, but if you can get it for a decent price, I really like this one. Exposed. The other one's called Exposed, really like that as well. The perfume I've been absolutely obsessed with this month is this one. It's the Nicki Minaj, is it called, oh, it's called Pink Friday. I think she came out with a new one recently, and I think I'm going to have to get it. I bought this last spring. I didn't use it all that much. I used it, you know, here and there. A couple of months I'd be like, yeah, I really like it. And then recently I started using it and found that it's the only perfume that I can wear that I can smell all day on myself, and I absolutely love that. And it's so sweet and kind of summery, so I've been using this all the time. It's pretty much the only perfume that I've been wearing. And I'm going to try the new one, but this has been a favourite. I have to tell you, try it, because I know not all celebrity perfumes are great, but I love that, and I love the Taylor Swift ones as well. Had to mention this, Revlon Colour Burst Matte Balm. Favourite one is Unapologetic, and I'm wearing it today. It's kind of sheared out a little bit, not kind of full strength colour pop lip balm, but I just love these, and if you want to know more about them, I have done a full review which I'll link below of all the colours that I have, and kind of gone through the swatches and all that stuff. If you want to see my full review of that, you can, but this is my favourite. Unapologetic, really pop, kind of almost, it's a kind of coral pink red. It's a really unusual hybrid colour. It's definitely my favourite of the bunch. Another product that I took with me while we went away was this 17 Tattoo Me liquid liner, and I've mentioned this before, but I feel like I need to do a full review on this. I think I might do kind of a demo and a review and kind of show you how it wears throughout the day, because it really does wear a really long time. It's quite thick and goopy. It's difficult because if you're not great at applying eyeliner, they don't leave a lot of room for error, because as you're applying it, if it smudges, it's kind of stained your lid already. It's very quick acting in that respect. So if you're not very good at liquid liner, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you love liquid liner and you hate that it fades or it crumbles or it kind of wears away, you will really like this one. I don't attempt kind of a cat eye with it. I just line my upper lid to give it kind of that thick retro look, but I don't do the cat eye because there's no way I could change it if I got it wrong, and I'm not a pro by any means. So really like this, but if you're not totally sure about eyeliner, not totally sure about liquid eyeliner, I wouldn't recommend it, because there really is just no room for error at all. The last kind of makeup-y product is this, and this is representative of the entire Sunsational line. I'm quickly kind of collecting all of them. I love them. The China Glaze Sunsational collection I don't know whether or not the limited edition collections kind of come and go, and then once they're gone, but Nail Polish Direct, I believe it's called, which is where I always buy my China Glaze nail polish from, has had it forever, and a bit of time. I'm collecting them all, and I just love them. They're so neon. I'm wearing one today that I think, I never can remember the name of it. What is it called? No, it's gone. I can't remember the name of everything. Actually, I should write things down. It'll come to me. But I'm wearing this purple that I really, really like. This is probably the least neon of all of them that I have, but I really like Son of a Peach and Too Yacht to Handle. I think they're my favourites. There are some others as well. I like Neon and On and On. That's a really hot kind of, it looks like you're wearing them over a white nail polish. They're just incredible. And I'm really hoping this is just going to come to me, and it's not at all, is it? People were asking me on Instagram what I had on my nails, and I was like, ah! How much does that drive you mad when you can't remember a word? And all I'll be thinking about is that word now while I'm trying to talk about other things. Moving on. No, not coming to me. Hair products. The Dove Hair Therapy Nourishing Oil Care Leave-In Conditioning Spray. I'm back on this. As you can see, I've used quite a lot of it, but I started using this last summer, and I've started again recently because I've been trying to use less heat on my hair. I obviously went through a bit of a phase last month, or maybe the month before, where I dyed my hair kind of pink and blue, and it all went a bit terrible, and I had to get it fixed at the hairdressers. I like the colour that I am now, but the ends have faded massively. As you can see, it's quite distinctly a different colour, and it's not intentionally a different colour like when I did the ombre. I think just because the ends were practically white when I went to her, and the top was kind of a normal blonde colour, the ends have just faded really, really quickly. So I think when I go back next, I'm in two minds. I keep thinking, do I go blonder on top to kind of make it all even, or do I go generally a little bit darker and then go for more dark on the underneath to try and blend it out? I don't know, and you guys don't even, you're not even interested about what I'm saying right now. This is so boring, but it's interesting to me because it's my hair. But yeah, I've been trying to kind of treat it a little bit better, knowing that I'm going to go back and have it done, and I want it to take a little bit better this time. I want my hair to be in slightly better condition in the ends. So I've been using less heat, and I've been using more conditioning treatments, and rather than using the serums and stuff that I was using before and then blow drying my hair, I've been using this after towel drying my hair. Just kind of brush it through and then leave it. And then, to kind of work with the natural texture of my hair, I've been using this, which is the Charles Worthington Volume and Bounce Texturising Spray, which people are saying is a dupe for the Oribe one, which I've never tried because it's super expensive. And let's face it, I found it difficult to pronounce because it's like Oribe, but people call it Oribe. Crazy. Anyway, I've been using this and I really like it. In fact, I will show you. It says, back comb effect, height, texture and volume, non-greasy. All of this I would agree with. If you don't like your hair to feel dry, you won't like this because it does give you a texture. It's like you spray it in your hair and you kind of zhuzh it a little bit. It gives you a lot of texture and volume, which is what I'm looking for. And sometimes I'll kind of pin these front bits back, and I just think it works with my natural texture. I like that. But it does leave your hair feeling a little bit crunchy, and you may not like that. That's kind of down to personal preference. I like it, you might not. But I thought it was worth mentioning because although it's one of my favourites, it might be something that's totally off-putting to you because I've mentioned things in the past like the L'Oreal Thickening Shampoo and Conditioner. I really liked that. But again, it doesn't make your hair feel kind of shiny and silky and nice. It does feel a little bit rough and dry. It doesn't dry out my hair, but it kind of, that's the way that the product makes it feel whilst it's in it. So yeah, worth mentioning. Another product, wait, trying to remember the nail polish name. No, moving on. Cocoa Brown. I mentioned this last year and I keep meaning to do a full review of it, and I nearly did it the other day, and I thought, you know what, I really need to do a before and after, like a proper before and after, where I come kind of in front of the window, here, this is what the colour I am, and blah blah blah, and then a couple of hours later I'll come back and say this is the colour that I am now. So I am going to do a proper review. It's just taking that time to do it, finding that kind of time during the day. Well, someone's here to look after Milo that I can fake tan during the day, which never really happens. I always fake tan at night time, but that doesn't really work for a review purposes kind of thing, because this kind of light would definitely wash it out. But this is incredible. It's almost impossible to mess up. The only way that you're going to mess it up is if you leave kind of white patches. That's how you'll get the streaks. But it's a tinted mousse. It dries pretty quickly. If you want just a subtle glow, in an hour, wash it off and you have that subtle glow. If you want it to be a little bit deeper, you can leave it on. I probably leave it on for like 2 or 3 hours. wash it off, and that's like me for a week. It's amazing. My favourite. It does smell like fake tan. The longer that you leave it on your skin, the longer you leave it to process, the worse that smell is after you've washed it off, I've found. If you do only leave it on for an hour, it's a very subtle smell. But then it's also a very subtle colour. But this is my definite absolute favourite fake tan. Will not use another one, not interested in trying anymore. And I think you can get this from Primark now as well. I think it's about £7. You can also get it from Feel Unique, which I'll link below. But really impressed with that. That's Sure Bright, I remembered. That's what I'm wearing on my nails, in case you were wondering. On to the random favourites. Now, first of all, I'm going to mention a candle. I love this. I'm not sure if it's currently available because it was from last summer, but I got this at my local Hallmark store. They do kind of a discount outlet near me, which is at the Yorkshire outlet, or I think it's called Lakeside Village now. Anyway, it's Fireside Treats. Love this. It's kind of foodie, it's kind of sweet, but it's really mild. It's not that sickly, synthetic, horrible vanilla scent, and I just absolutely love it. It's a really nice kind of comforting smell, and although it sounds like it should be winter, like Fireside, I've got black on my lip now. It's really nice, and it is kind of like s'mores and campfire and all that. Not that I'm into any of that, but it just smells so delicious. So that's been the one that I've most loved this month. And the other thing that I want to mention as kind of a random favourite before I get into TV and music and all that is this, and it's the Anker external battery. The one that I've got is the 10,000, what is it called? Is it like megahertz or something? I don't know. I'm not into that kind of thing either, but it's the 10,000 whatever it is, and it has 4 full charges of an Apple iPhone, possibly I would say even in my iPad mini, because I think I can get more than 4 full charges from this from my phone. It has 2 plugs there, so you can plug in more than one thing at once, like yourself and your friend's phone, or your iPad and your phone, or whatever it is. You can basically charge anything that has a USB charger. It charges through a micro USB, so you can do that on your computer, or you could plug it into the wall, whatever. I know kind of BlackBerry chargers, I think, have those. But yeah, really impressed with this, and I couldn't survive without it. It lives in my handbag. It's pretty heavy, but it's worth having. And if you have like kids on a long journey with iPads and you don't want them to run out, anything, if you're just kind of going to be out all day and using your phone a lot and you know it's going to run out by midday, if you're anything like me, this is invaluable. I'll link that below. I bought it from Amazon, and I think it's like £10 cheaper since I got it. Plus, I've had 2. The first one I had, I lost, and I had to go out and buy it immediately because it's so necessary for me. Anyway, this month I don't really have a favourite YouTuber because I haven't had the internet for most of the month. I kind of have been living on my Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone because we didn't have internet in the house, and then I've been away. I will say kind of an ongoing favourites, Miss Glamorazzi and Candy Johnson I love for kind of their positivity and their kind of candy sweetness. I know not everyone's into that because it comes across as a little bit fake sometimes, but that's what I like. I like to start watching YouTube and see people that are so happy and so smiley, because yeah, of course, they're not going to be happy and smiley all the time in their everyday real lives, but why do you want someone kind of telling you how terrible their day has been, or being really kind of like, this is so terrible, blah blah blah. That's kind of what my vlog channel is like, by the way. But when I make a beauty video, I like to try and be a little bit more positive, and you kind of do switch it on, and I like that from them. Reviews and stuff like that, I like Emily Noel 83 and I like Makeup by Tiffany D, both of which are very honest, and I trust all of their reviews. I would probably not buy quite so much of the stuff that Makeup by Tiffany D recommends because it's a lot more expensive. It's kind of on the higher end scale, whereas Emily Noel kind of is more budget friendly and she kind of throws some other things in for good measure. But yeah, I really like both of those, and they're kind of who I would aspire to be as a YouTuber review wise, because I do feel like even when they are sent products, they are very honest, and you can't say that about everyone on YouTube. So yeah, they're my favourites kind of ongoing. I thought I'd mention them. TV wise, always 30 Rock. I'm kind of waiting for things to come on now. Revenge is amazing at the moment. The one that I just watched, I won't even talk about it in case you're not up to speed, but was awesome. It was the one at the end where Emily gave like the ultimatum and there were a stalemate, you know, no spoilers, but I love that. The Good Wife, amazing as well. We've also been watching Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, love that. Just kind of to name a few that we have on our Skybox right now. Lastly, I want to mention music. Lily Allen has made a big comeback, and I've dug out my Lily Allen albums and been listening to them, and I love Lily Allen so much. I once saw her at Leeds University once upon a time, years and years ago, before she was like big famous, and it cost me like nothing, probably like £10 to go and see her or something. But I love Lily Allen. I'm so excited for her new album, so I wanted to mention that is the music I've been listening to this month. So that's it for my favourites for this month. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed hearing me talk. And I hope you're looking forward to April, because there's loads of things going on in April. Especially the start of my new series with Emma from Meet the Millards, or it's she is now on YouTube, and I will make sure her channel is linked correctly below today. I think that's going to start on Wednesday, that series, so yeah, look out for that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!